A remarkable turnaround for this Nets organization. That, you know, when Sean Marks and Kenny Atkinson took this Nets organization over just a few years ago, it was a literal NBA wasteland, and it's a testament to, I think, the organization they built.
So the final Nets game in New Jersey ends, as so many others before it, with another loss for the home team. They're off to Brooklyn now, and
millions of Nets fans all over the world, it is my honor to welcome Brooklyn, USA to the NBA.
It's definitely an opportunity that I'm really looking forward to, and getting a chance to play with Darren, getting a chance to meet with the coaches, and just be a part of this whole organization. So back to Joe Johnson.
4 seconds left. Double overtime. Nets looking for the win. Johnson, the step back. He buries it. Joe Johnson.
Oh my goodness!
A big free throw from Bellinelli. And how about bench players coming off the bench players? How deep this team is, and we're looking.
When I played the game, I felt like I was an extension of the coach. To be that guy to execute the game plan that, I think that we can win, and not just Darren, but the rest of the guys on the team.
I think they could potentially be the second best team in the East and then really take Miami to a tough playoff series in conference finals or so. So I think they're a legitimate conference contender.
I'm sorry, this makes them incredibly formidable. But clearly, when you talk about championships, the Brooklyn Nets are officially in the conversation.
Here's with the crossover. Throws it down. Whoa! Paul Pierce, you can scream to the sky after that. Here is Lowry on the deck through 2. Lowry put it up. It's blocked by Pierce, and the Nets win the series. As Paul Pierce out of timeout, got to get it in. Here's Joe Johnson, LeBron James on him. And Johnson trying to get it. He cannot! And Miami has won it!
The Bucks and Nets are already talking potential compensation that would be needed to free Jason Kidd from the last 3 years and of his contract.
I'm usually always the first one to the gym, every team I've ever played on. But, since coming here, you see a lot of the young guys that get here early. It's like they want to get better.
If you look up and down the roster, it's not terribly deep. There are a lot of unknowns. There are a lot of question marks. I think best case scenario, 7th or 8th seed in the Eastern Conference.
The Brooklyn Nets have reportedly acquired small forward Thaddeus Young from the Minnesota Timberwolves in exchange for power forward Kevin Garnett. Young started all 48 games he played for the T-Wolves in the first half.
And in London against Orlando, as Lopez puts down the poster plus the foul.
Brooke Lopez has, and for the Brooklyn Nets, a disappointing ending to an up and down season as they lose at home on their own floor.
We go forward, we just want to keep growing and keep building and keep learning as a group, and the intensity that we had and the execution that we had at different times was outstanding.
Once he clears waivers, Williams is free to sign a deal with his hometown team. Point guard shot a career-low 39% last season, scoring 13 points per game and just under 7 assists.
1 inch is a long way away. There's a lot of decisions that have to be made. Even tonight, I'm looking forward to the game.
With that said, his presence so far with the Nets is undeniable. He's continued to impress with his vision for the organization and the values he has brought to Brooklyn.
Well, it's the Nets saying, hey, we don't really have much room. We don't have draft picks, not a ton of money under the cap coming into next season, but this is a way to tell other teams, hey, we're making him available maybe down the line somewhere.
Give and go.
Jefferson! Big finish for the hyphen!
Welcome back!
To go forward with Sean and build a strong Brooklyn Nets team and build a sustainable club that's going to be patient but looking to improve over the long term.
With the 20th pick in the 2016 NBA Draft, the Indiana Pacers select Karis LeVert from the University of Michigan.
Guys spacing the floor and being able to shoot the ball. You can always use guys that can shoot. That's what I do. That's why I'm here. It really helps space the floor, but then also showing my ability to defend.
It was very humbling, especially to know what they gave up to get me. Proven veteran in this league. I'm just ready to come in and work my butt off every single day.
Obviously, size for position, plus basketball IQ, ability to make plays for others, and length and activity defensively. And need to work on my defensive rebounding and help out.
Very good player, very good. Big, good size. He's 6'8", pretty athletic. He can get to the basket, straight line driver. He can get to the free throw line.
Magruder, the blow by. Oh, man! Brook Lopez! Do not go in there! Wow, what a play defensively.
And with the 22nd pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Jared Allen from the University of Texas.
Lakers are parting ways with their 2015 number 2 draft pick, D'Angelo Russell, and by doing so, unloading Timofey Mozgov's hefty contract to the Brooklyn Nets.
Timmy fits perfectly. He's a competitive player. He's a guy that loves to run the court. He's a physical player. Rolls to the rim in the pick and roll, which we love.
Russell with 4. Russell is fouled. Oh, he banks it in! D'Angelo Russell! What time is it?
Trust the process part 2. And with young talent and building and trying to find what direction and the identity of the ball club and the identity of the organization going forward.
Marks is the architect, Kenny Atkinson, the sculptor. They started at the bottom, now they're here. We go hard is their mantra. It's also the rally cry of you, the fans. Your team is back in the playoffs.
A return to relevance for the Brooklyn Nets, but the season comes to an end tonight in Philadelphia. A special year for Kenny Atkinson and the Nets.
Well, over the last several hours, I have learned that Kyrie Irving has given every indication to the Brooklyn Nets that that is where he wants to go.
Kevin Durant is going to sign with the Nets 4 years, $164 million. He will join Kyrie Irving and then DeAndre Jordan. Durant is very likely to sit out the entire season.
Some smart business minds behind the scenes as well that I could have built with around the league, but ultimately, I mean, I couldn't make a bad decision, but this one was the perfect one for me.
I've seen that injury happen before, and the results not that good. So let's hope that it's not as bad as what it looked like.
With this team that together each had gone as far as the other had wanted to go, instead of waiting until the season was over, they decided to make the change now.
And when you look at the Eastern Conference, with him and a healthy Kyrie Irving, the Brooklyn Nets next year are going to be title contenders. I didn't say playoff contenders. I said title contenders.
The Toronto Raptors have posted their first ever playoff series sweep in their 25-year history.
Steve Nash is widely respected and loved by a whole bunch of people in the NBA. Congratulations to him. He deserves it.
Well, I expect them to be in the championship picture. I expect them to be one of the top 3 teams in the Eastern Conference, and at the very least in the Eastern Conference Finals, because I happen to believe that when healthy, Kevin Durant is the best player in the world. I think Kyrie Irving should retire. I think he should announce his retirement today. Clearly, you don't want to play basketball bad enough. It's finals or bust. You assemble Lethal Weapon 3, which is what we could easily call them right now. There's simply no excuse not to come out of the East and advance to the NBA Finals. There really is not an excuse.